Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I want to discuss a board that has the potential to be a game changer. Let's get into it. As I alluded to, I want to discuss an upcoming board that's coming out by BuildKit Board that I think has the potential to actually be a game changer. And if you follow the channel, you know I don't use that type of language lightly. And BuildKit Board is coming out with the Duo board. And this is a very intriguing board because it's actually going head to head with many of the other budget board options out there. But I think that they're providing a lot of value. And there's a couple of things that I find very interesting about the board, but I want to focus on just a couple of those elements there. And BuildKit Board is a very interesting company because when you purchase your board, they actually send you out all of the parts to assemble the board, and it's up to you to actually put the board together. Now, they take a lot of the guesswork out of the process because they send you motors and ESCs and pulleys and things like that that are actually compatible. So you don't have to actually guess, will this actually fit, will this actually work? And there's no like crazy soldering and things like that. But what happens is you're able to get kind of like a DIY type of experience in some of the parts without actually having to put together these things yourself and assemble parts that may not work together. Now, what makes their product very interesting is some of these specs that they have here. And one of the things that I find particularly interesting about the board is the fact that it has a flexible deck system. And when you talk about the flex, BuildKit Board is actually advertising that they have something called the True Flex. And they're saying that their deck not only flexes, but that it actually returns to center. And that's very helpful for if you're riding in a situation where you don't want the bottom to actually touch the ground, or if you're riding at a high speed, you don't want the deck to be flexing and going up and down all over the place. So that's very interesting. Now, probably the thing that really stands out to me the most is the fact that the ESC is a best ESC. And people that are in the DIY community, they're very familiar with this ESC because you're actually able to have some very serious customizations that go on with your acceleration, braking curve, and the type of wattage and power that you want to go to your motors. And this is very different from a lot of other board companies that allow you to do kind of like minor tweaks, whereas this actual ESC is going to allow you to do some very serious customizations and really fine-tune the type of riding experience that you're looking for as a rider. Another element that's probably going to catch a lot of people's attention is the modular drivetrain system. And this is very cool right here because I get a lot of questions any way that I can put different type of wheels on my street board. And BuildKit Board with this particular board is allowing people to do that because they have the options for the stock wheels, which are 97mm, cloud wheels, and then also 6-inch all-terrain wheels. And this is very unique because you're able to put these things on a street board, which is very fascinating. Now, BuildKit Board states that when you utilize the 97mm wheels, that you're actually going to get about 20 miles range. And then if you go with the cloud wheels, about 18 miles range. And then with the 6-inch all-terrain tires, about 10 miles range. And this may be achievable because of the battery that they're actually utilizing. They're providing a 324 watt-hour battery, utilizing Samsung 30Q lithium-ion battery cells. Now, they're also providing individuals with some very powerful motors from what it looks like. Two 6354 motors. They provide a maximum of 3,000 watts of power. So that looks like that's going to be a lot of power to climb hills, a lot of power to accelerate, a lot of power to move riders that may be heavier. And you know that as a rider that's considered to be heavier, I like that torque and acceleration. So I'm definitely interested to see what that's going to look like. Overall, this board looks very intriguing. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, when you purchase the board, you'll actually have to assemble it yourself, but you're not going to be in the dark when you do this because they take a lot of the guesswork out. So I think that this is going to be incredibly interesting. But you know, specs on paper mean really nothing when we actually get our hands on a board and we can see if it can actually perform. So please take a minute, check out the link in the description if you want to learn more about this board. And as always, I'll see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Peace.